Hey guys, what's going on? This is Kyle from Too Much Bricks, and welcome back. So today is a look at the Batman Bat Sub in the Underwater Clash. It is DC set, 174 pieces, ages 7 and up, and is set 76116. Very simple, small, but very cool set with some interesting figures, but we'll talk more about that. Let's actually get into the actual review. Alright guys, so here's the sub itself, and obviously all of the parts go into this sub. There's no side builds, which I was a little bit disappointed. I'd like to see maybe, I don't know, maybe a smaller sub fighting it, but again, this is basically kind of an Aquaman set. It's kind of awkward just throwing a Batman in. So this is really it's like the Batman Bat Sub and the Underwater Clash, just for some reason doesn't belong, but obviously this is a sub because they're underwater. As I said, no side build, not even a little seaweed. I would have liked to seen that on just maybe just like a 2x2 plate, or maybe even a 4x4. I know we had that done in the Black Manta sub, but bringing this a little bit closer so you can have the actual cockpit where you'll have your figure inside, so you can just bring this whole thing down, the capsule inside the sub, and you can put your Batman inside. I'll give you a close look at that in a second. You also do have the little droid arms on the side to have like the little sub arms to investigate some stuff. You also do have some thermometers in there, I guess, for water pressure. And then on the other side is like your control panel. Obviously, this is such a small space that you can't have the controls in front. So by just rotating that back up, you'll bring these arms back in. You can have your figure still in there. You also do have two light pairs on the side. You also do have your Batman symbol, obviously, on top. Those were stickers for those Nexo Knight shields. Looks like you have some turbo boosters over there. You have the actual trademark bat wings on either side, and as you can already tell, as I've shown you, this whole thing can actually spin. So you can rotate this separately, or you can rotate this whole assembly all around, and I really like that. I think that's a cool feature. Over to this side, you do have your stud shooters with the red studs on them. You also do have some more Nexo Knight shields on top. Looks pretty good. I like the red and the black. On the back, pretty plain. You do also have these rotors here that look pretty cool. They rotate really nice. Kind of wish they would have built something around it. Just sticking out like that doesn't look that good to me. Obviously, I'm not really going to be looking at it at the back so much, but as you can see, it's just a better view of how it turns. And you have this little peg on the back, because since this is your scuba Batman, you can take his little flippers. You can actually store those if you put him in the actual sub, because he cannot actually wear the flippers inside. You actually store them on the back. Now, pretty sure if this was an actual like sub, you wouldn't really store your flippers on the outside, but that's just a cool little thing to hold while you don't have anyone in it. You can also, as I said, put the Batman inside when he doesn't have the flippers, because his feet will be sticking out. So if I just pull this down, put him inside, bring this back up, and you're ready to go exploring or just join in the Underwater Clash. And yeah, so it was pretty simple set. There's nothing really else to say about it. Overall, I'm gonna say, I'll give it a 10 for what it's supposed to be, even though this is a made-up DC set. Pretty cool, and that really completes it for the sub itself. Also included in this set is just one singular shark. Nothing special about this actual shark, because it's just a basic shark mold. You can just open the jaw up and down. I feel like this was an okay inclusion. I mean, it's always nice to get sharks. I understand why they included this for what the set is supposed to be, obviously, but I just kind of feel like it was just thrown in there. I kind of wish that there was a little build around this, maybe a cool print like the eyes are hypnotized or something, but just a plain shark, pretty cool inclusion. Included in this set, along with Batman, is Aquaman, because this is, as I said, the Underwater Clash. I'm going to go ahead and remove those Power Blast pieces, give you a closer look at them, and then we'll get into the actual figure. So these are supposed to represent the actual water coming from his feet as he's gliding through. included in one of those little black 1x2 pinhole pieces, as I like to call them, that connect underneath the feet of the actual figure. In black, up against his green pants that are included. Don't really like the look of that, but I mean, I'll take what I can get. The next figure it actually will go along with it just is on this trans blue base that you just have two of the big blast pieces, one clipped on the side, one just hanging loose there. And overall, a pretty interesting look. It's very nice inclusion. You also do have an actual blast that's supposed to be coming from his hand and splattering of water. They just clip that onto the actual hand of your figure. And overall, I think it looks pretty cool for what it's supposed to be. So here is the Aquaman himself, and I have a lot to say about this figure because it's a mix of the original and the new Jason Momoa from the actual DC movie, Aquaman and Justice League. But let me actually talk about this figure first. So you have just the various scales placed all over the place, pretty good printing. New blonde beard for actual Aquaman to kind of represent the Jason Momoa version. His golden trident. No printing on the green legs. That's a little disappointing. I would have liked to see some printing there. And the most thing that drew me to this figure was the actual hairpiece that is now colored in blonde. I'm going to go ahead and show you all of the Aquamans we've gotten so far. So these are all the versions of Aquaman we've gotten so far. I'm excluding the actual new one from the Black Manta set. That is this guy from the Aquaman movie. But I'll show you that a little bit later. But the reason I'm just showing you these two is because you have the same hairpiece used in for the actual movie and Jason Momoa hairpiece colored in blonde to match the blonde original. And obviously you got the black trident for this guy. And the actual torso is a little bit different than this one. As you can see, this one was a much deeper orange. This is more of a yellowish, and this was an actual gold. But again, various scales on this one and various scales on the other one. No printing for both of them on the legs. But I just thought comparing them would look pretty cool. And this is the actual newer version of the Jason Momoa one. As you can see, it's got all the scales, not just variously placed in. I really like the printing on this one because you actually have printing, and I kind of wish they would have included that for this Aquaman. But overall, I really do like this. Again, taking the hairpiece off, you know, you got the thick blonde beard, angry face, and then a happy face, and I'll show you what that looks like with the actual hairpiece. Pretty cool, and I think could make for a cool Fat Thor custom. Next up is my favorite figure of this whole set and the actual last figure, which is Ocean Master. This is the first version of Ocean Master we've actually gotten. He also does come with the Power Blast piece and the booster pieces, just like the Aquaman version we got in this set. He has the actual silver or black trident that we've gotten for, again, the Jason Momoa version, but actually because he actually had the silver version in the actual Aquaman movie. This is not based off the movie, but it's pretty accurate because aside from the trident, I'm taking that away. He has the purple torso with the black, which looks really, really nice, and the purple cape that we got introduced with Mysterio. There is a little bit of scale printing on the back as well as some black padding. We also have gotten the same one for the Atlantean guards printed in silver. This was the Atlantean guard one that was printed in gold, and now we have it in silver for his helmet, which looks really, really nice. Underneath, he's got the red visor, which is, again, accurate, and then you also have the regular face with no visor. Overall, very, very cool. I'm glad that they included this guy, and I really wanted an Ocean Master to begin with, but this is obviously his brother Orm. Definitely a 10 out of 10 figure for me. I also do want to point out a little customization I make to my actual, because I have an Atlantis MOC, so I actually make a customized version of the trident by just adding these gunmetal gray lightsaber piece at the bottom. Makes the trident a little bit more taller and a little bit more cooler. And here's a quick look at my custom version of the Jason Momoa version. I gave him the gold trident plus a golden lightsaber piece plus a cone piece just to make it like super, super tall and have that little A as it, or spear point as it does in the movie. And I just took this long hair piece off and gave him like short brown hair because he does get it a little bit shorter when he comes out of the waterfall if you've seen Aquaman. And that completes it for this set review. I also did forget to point out that along with these Power Blast pieces, you actually have these mini ones that you can actually clip on the hands of your minifigs. You give you two of those for each of them. You also do have a couple of extras. But overall, I definitely think this was an awesome set. Definitely glad to have gotten it, because definitely be incorporating some of the figures for my Atlantis mock. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because I do like the newer Batman that we've gotten again with his fins and his scuba mask. I'm a little bit disappointed he didn't come with the Batarang. That's my only downside on him. Figures for Aquaman and Ocean Master definitely look great. No critiques for the sub, really. The shark, pretty cool inclusion. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this helpful. I know I haven't been uploading recently. I've just been pretty busy. And for those of you who keep up on a lot of news, the new FTC and the Cope versus Copa whole thing going on with YouTube about Lego reviewers and marking your things kids for not for kids. Definitely go check out a couple of people who have actually made videos on those to find out more. Um, I'm really hoping these are just my thoughts. I don't know that much about it. I'm really hoping that it doesn't happen. But again, definitely go look into that and please help YouTubers like me and other people in the fight against it. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you can never have too much bricks. Keep building, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.